Where are you from?
Well, I was originally born in Jefferson, Alabama, but I am from east of Atlanta.
How old were you when you moved from Jefferson to the east side?
Well, I was like a baby. I've been living on the east side my whole life, like Line Street, North Decatur, Redan, Tucker, you know what I'm saying? Like around those areas, Clarkston. So I've been here most of my life.
What was life like growing up on the east side?
It was kind of like, how do I explain it? Extremely diverse. It wasn't just like I wasn't around one group of people. I was around all types of people, like all types of traditions. I used to live with a family from the Barbados, and I lived with a family that were like Cherokee Indian. So it was like I was around all types of people. But the family that I was with that was Cherokee, that's who I was like doing music with mostly. We started playing Guitar Hero together, and from there we just started making music together.
And so you were with these different families. Were you adopted, or like how did?
So my mom, she was in CNA, so like she'd work 3 days out of the week, and she was a single mom. So these families, like the family from the Barbados, that was my best friend. And then the family that were like Cherokee, it was like my brother's girlfriend, and she had kids and stuff, and we would just hang out all the time.
Oh, cool. Were you an artistic child?
Very. When I tell you, I had this VHS tape of Michael Jackson, and I learned every single lyric to every single song on that tape. It was called The Moonwalker. And yeah, right? And I was watching it all the time, learning the dances. Sierra, when she dropped her single Promise, I learned the whole dance with my sister. And like I was in talent shows all the time at Northlake Mall. And yeah, I was just like always doing something involving creativity.
Did you know that you wanted to be a musician at an early age?
Actually, yeah, I did. So I used to play the PS2 a lot. And we had this beat game, my niece and I. We had this beat game that we used to play. So I started making beats at a young age, and my sister's like, how do you know how to put the bass inside of a song? And I'm like, I don't know. I just do what sounds good. And also my niece and I used to play piano together. So like I was always involved in music. I was never not involved in a song.
At what point did you start making your own music?
I'll say when I left high school, the last day, like my senior year, I was friends with these guys, and they wanted to jump me. So I wanted to retaliate, but I couldn't retaliate in the way I wanted to at the time, so I just retaliated in a song. So I basically made a diss song and dropped it on SoundCloud. Like I recorded it myself and everything. Like the quality is fucking ass, but the rhymes was spot and niggas was fucking with the song. But yeah, that's when I first made my own song. And then I started dropping like 3 more songs that I just created on SoundCloud. And then somebody was like, hey yo, I can mix this better for you. Like we can like create something big off of you if you really want to do this. So I'm like, all right, shit.
Wait, so the guys wanted to jump you?
Yes.
Oh, really?
They were like gay guys. And all gay guys aren't like that, but it was just them. They were young and still immature, so they just was tripping.
And what was the name of your diss track?
Switching.
Switching, all right. Wait, what was the chorus? What's the chorus?
No switch up, pick your head up, they was never with you. Look at the bigger picture. They fucking miss you when they ain't with you. They switch up and they expect you to give up and apologize for the shit you never did, for the shit they started in, for the shit they can't come in.
Okay. And so they was hot.
Oh, actually, hold on. That wasn't the chorus.
Oh.
That was the beginning of the song.
Okay.
Do you still want to hear the chorus?
Yeah.
It's like, why these niggas stay switching? Why can't you sit down and listen? Why you scared of confrontation? Nigga, make the right decision to pick who it feels or who. Damn, I can't remember my own
Okay.
name.
It sound like some Lauryn Hill vibes.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. You was giving that 90s diss track?
No, you know what's crazy? It was an Erykah Badu beat.
For real?
Yeah, it was an Erykah Badu beat.
All right, so you made that first diss track. Did you get approached by any record labels? Like, what happened after that song?
So I didn't get approached by any record labels, but my sister's husband, he was involved in the music industry a lot too. So he's just like, hey, I can help you make this better. I can help you create a video.
Yeah.
I can help you, you know what I'm saying, monetize from YouTube. So just let me help you. So I created a freestyle after I got with him too, and a video. It was super dope. It was an Icon freestyle. You know that song by Jaden Smith, Icon?
Yeah, I love that song.
Right, so I did a freestyle to that song.
I saw that.
Yeah. But he recorded Switching for me too. And then he recorded my other song, Oh Fuck. His name is Raziel, so Raziel Sins.
All right. And so were there any challenges when making your first song, or what have been the challenges that you faced so far in your music career?
Well, I'll say, you know, I'm a pretty girl. So some guys or just some people in general love to take advantage and see what they can get out of me, which is an issue, but you have to build boundaries for yourself so that you can show them, hey, this is not okay. You know what I'm saying? So that, of course, financially, being an independent artist, you have to put most of your money into music. Like, it's like bills. If you smoke weed, car note, and fucking music. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like financially, and also I'm an emotional person. And sometimes emotions can get in the way to the point where I don't make music for a while. And I'm learning more about emotional intelligence, so I don't let that get in the way of my creativity. Yeah.
And so how are you like practicing emotional intelligence now so that you could sort of like get through all of those challenges?
So now I do this thing I call it's a Twitter thing, but it's called shadow work. So basically you just sit with yourself, and you also take in the fact that you could be a jealous person, you could be a possessive person. You know, it's about taking accountability for basically your dark side. So sometimes I just do that and cry about it and realize that I'm not perfect, and then it just opens a new door for me. Like, okay, well, I know what to do better next time. I know how to not put myself in a bad situation next time. You know what I'm saying? It's like lessons for me, but I do it within myself, and it makes me feel confident.
Oh, I feel that. And so how does your family feel about your music career?
My mom, she cries sometimes, which is amazing because like she just supports it so much. And before it wasn't like that. It was more so, okay, well, you need to figure out how you're gonna go to college, or you need a job, or you need just, you know, the most responsible stuff. You know what I'm saying? She wanted me to be extremely responsible, but I wanted to be a creative. That's who I am. So she respects that now. My dad, he came to one of my shows before and he supported. So I'm sure he still supports, but yeah, they're supportive.
So you say your dad came once and you're sure he still supports. Why'd you say it like that?
It's like, my dad and I, we do talk, but he's the same way as my mom was. Like, but he's stuck in that way. He's like, you need to go to fucking college. You need to get this together, and I completely understand. But I just feel like I decided not to go to college yet because I didn't know what I wanted to go for. And I didn't want to waste time because I have so many siblings that's like, I wasted this, I dropped this class, I changed my major. And I'm just like, damn, I don't want to keep doing that. So. Yeah.
So if Kantii were to go to college, like what would she go to college for?
So Kantii would go for business management. But also, they say you don't have to go to college to be a creative director, but
Facts.
hey, if you don't have to do that, that's fine. But I do want to go to college for some type of art major because I'm into creativity. And if I could sell well, I'm learning how to sell my music and stuff like that already, but I want to sell more things in regards of art.
Yeah.
So I just would like to have that knowledge.
Do you feel like your career is leading you towards the direction to where you don't have to worry about college?
Absolutely. But either way, it's still a solid move that I have in my mind that I do want to do. It's just I'm a Sag, so I'm gonna do it on my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it when I feel like it's right. So I'm just waiting, not waiting, but I am waiting on that right time.
I feel that. What's your creative process like? Are you like a studio rat, or like how does that work for you?
Okay, so I need outside time sometimes. Like I write my best records when I'm outside and I'm just like grounded. But also I can be in the studio and I can just make something up off it. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going, but I do love writing the most because that's when I make my most vulnerable, more intense music. So yeah, I do that outside.
What's your biggest inspiration for your music?
In regards
to like what inspires you to create and want to be like this superstar and have people hear your sounds?
It's more so of a freedom thing for me. I love my freedom, and when I create, I feel free. When I perform, I feel free. When I'm able to express myself with my music, I feel like I'm able to be vulnerable. People are able to be vulnerable with me because they resonate, and it's just a big circle of freedom, but in a positive way. It's not like the freedom that's like, okay, let me just do bad shit because I have this freedom. Let me just take advantage of it. It's like a fantasy kind of freedom for me. Yeah.
What does freedom look like to you?
Freedom looks like being able to be wild, being able to scream if you want to, being able to say things, some things that people aren't able to say, like on my new single, "We Not Supposed to Be Fucking." I have a song called Fatal Attraction, and that's like the chorus. It's like, you know I'm supposed to be fucking, you know I'm supposed to be fucking, but goddamn it, I love it. But yeah, some people, they love saying that shit because they're like, okay, we're supposed to say that for real. But it's like, you're given a little freedom to say some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and express yourself for a second without being judged. And I try to give a judgmental free zone.
So where did you get your sort of free spirit nature from?
I'll say just growing up around a diverse of people. In Clarkston, it was like all types of people. Ethiopians, a bunch of Asians, a bunch of Hispanics, you know, Africans. It was just all types of people. So I've never just had a solid, I'll say, tradition, because I'm open to all cultures now that I've had that many friends. It's like I can't just close myself into one thing when so many things are out there and I'll say interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like I can use that for my daily life.
Yeah.
So I just try to be more open-minded with things, and that open-mindedness has turned to freedom.
Sounds like a Sag.
Exactly. Knowledge is freedom, kind of.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Has your music career caused any disturbances in your personal life? Or dramatic changes?
If anything, it's not the music. The music has helped, if anything, helped me cope. It has helped me find myself and find confidence and work hard towards something and find my own ambition. It has never gotten in the way of anything. It saved me, if anything.
Would you say that you're a highly ambitious person?
When it comes to something I want to do, yes. If it's something I don't want to do, sorry, I'm getting shifty because I'm like, I don't know. But if it's something I want to do, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that shit every day. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna be extremely persistent.
Yeah.
Like, there's no stopping for that.
So what sort of like drives that ambition? What's your ultimate aspiration for your career?
Honestly, I am an artist, right? So I do this because I want to help people overcome depression or stress, or I want to heal people. I love healing people. Like, I used to help my mom as a CNA, and I took care of 2 elderly people until they passed away. But we were healing them over and over again because, you know, some things will happen to them, but I don't know, I'm just like, I love healing people. Some of my music has healed people. It has brought people out of their depression. Some people literally say, I'm so grateful for your music because it's helped me overcome something. It's helped me take accountability for something. And that's what I want for my music overall. Like, I just want it to help people.
What's the most memorable moment in your music career thus far?
That's a great question. I say, okay, so I didn't do music for 2 years. I had moved to Texas for like 3 months. It was fucking great, bittersweet. But I came back and I was performing and I didn't have a lot of people there. I still brought people like for the first time, but I didn't have a lot of people there. But then over time, over a span of like 2 months, it was like the biggest fucking crowd ever. And I'm just like, wow, I really worked hard towards like creating my own fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really worked hard towards bringing people out. Like, it just made me happy because I was in such a low vibrational period. I like had that ambition for myself to do more, you know? So it just, I don't know, I just proved to myself that I could do more than I was doing. Yeah.
Would you say that you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I'll say I'm an extrovert. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, if I'm asked something, I'll talk. But if I'm not, then I'm probably not gonna talk most of the time. You just ask me something, I'll talk to you.
So earlier we talked about like you signed into a label. Would you sign to a label, or are you more so interested in being independent?
I'm definitely more interested in being independent, but I would definitely partner with the label and, you know, creating something together or something big together. You know what I'm saying? But also, I would sign to a label when I have the right knowledge for it and stuff like that, because it can help me in the future to create my own label or something, you know? So yeah, I'm not like, I'll do it.
Do you write your own music, or are people writing with you?
So my first album, I had a couple people write with me. One guy named Zod and another guy named Scotty Knights. And my album coming out now, Spat, Super Pretty and Toxic, I wrote most of it myself. I wrote all of it myself. I just had Gift God like produce some of the music for me, but I write all my music.
Oh, okay. So you're not one of those people that's like, oh, I don't have any writers, blah, 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 like.
Yeah, no. I would love if somebody wants to write for me. Like, that's never an issue. I love to collab, but I end up writing my music myself.
What inspires your fashion sense? Because your style is like super crazy.
So I'll say the old 90s, some of the 80s, the early Y2K. I used to love, like I said, I used to love Michael Jackson and shit. My mother is like an older woman, so she showed me a lot of stuff throughout the years, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. So I love all of the fashion. I'm always looking up some new shit. Yeah. I'll be on this website called Arena, and it gives me all the fashion, everything, all types of designs and shit. Like, sometimes I even create my own shit. I'm just really inspired by anything art. Shit, if I see a fucking fire triangle, I might goddamn make a triangle shirt.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So are you interested or like practicing any other art forms outside of music?
Definitely fashion and modeling. I have practiced photography as well. I did a photo shoot with some beautiful women of Atlanta for Halloween. And I did some creative directing for another shoot back then, and Bia liked it. I was like, oh my God, Bia. But yeah, she liked the Instagram post, but definitely fashion. I'm trying to get into fashion more because I like to dress, I like to look good. I love to be comfortable too though, but I love fashion.
Dope. So what avenue would you go with that? Would you like design? Would you creative direct? What would you do?
I am open to anything in regards to fashion. I'll probably just experience each category and just see what I like best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's some sad shit.
For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
Never give up. Take your time. It's okay. Like, we have time. It's just gonna take. It always takes time in between albums or in between videos, but that's for a reason. The universe always has a plan for you, you know? So just take your time and trust in the universe and trust in yourself. Always trust in yourself.